Hi, my name's Susan Williams, and I'm here tonight to speak against the closure of Nunaka Valley Elementary. I've been a resident of this neighborhood for 35 years. In my career, I worked 25 years for the Anchorage School District. During my tenure, I worked with school populations which were in economically challenged areas. One lesson I learned while working with the district is public trust is critical for the school district's success. Additionally, public perception is so important. As a taxpayer, it makes no sense to me to put $37 million into construction of Inlet View while closing 6 other schools. It does not make sense to me that there is a need, it does not make sense to me that if there's a need to close schools, that the impact can't be distributed across the socioeconomic spectrum in Anchorage. The plan currently calls for 5 out of 6 school closures to be in Title I schools. It is calling to create schools with even more densely low-income populations. Studies have shown this is not a good idea. Currently, Nunaka Valley students can walk to school. Every afternoon, I see parents, grandparents, older siblings walk the neighborhood to pick up students. The community patrol drives around between 3 and 4 to make sure all are safe. This would no longer be possible. The Nunaka neighborhood is bordered by very busy 4-lane streets. The plan calls for students to be bused to 2 neighboring schools. The bus driver shortage has not been solved yet this school year. There's no guarantee there'll be enough buses next year, putting our students at risk of not attending school. At times, the busing system can set up students to be unsuccessful during the school day. Packing kids on a bus can lead to bullying and is challenging socially for some students. I worked at 2 schools where the school boundaries were very large and most students were bused. Creating the connection with the school community was incredibly challenging. Engaging families and students in school activities and events was always an issue when there wasn't a defined neighborhood. Staff and students can interact and communicate with families when they are picked up students. This is not the same when kids are bused. Engaging families and students in their school community is critical to their success.
30 seconds.
As I reviewed the school board minutes of this school year, it is confusing to me the number of consultants that have been hired at big dollar amounts. I also see 2 schools up for closure on the 2023 bond proposals. Early in the school year, there seemed to be unspent monies. Hard to trust a system with this conflicting messages. No money, or is there lots of money for consultants? It is challenging to drill down through the budget to get at real expenditures, which leads to distrust among taxpayers.
Time, please.
Was that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Susan.
I'm Chris Terry. I am a special educator. I work at Nunaka Valley. I've been here for 8 years, and this is a school that has heart, that has family, that has community support, as you can see tonight. The people who work in this school are feeling grief. We're mourning. We're just feeling like pawns in a big game that is moving preschools from another school to this school and our students to a different building. I just want to put out that our feelings are there and we hurt. That said, it's hard to see that this is actually going to save very much money. If it does, if it's beneficial, if it's good for the students, we back it because we are all about the students and we're all about the community. What we see in this school is that we have preschoolers on one hall and we have K-5 on the other hall. These students interact. They get to see and grow empathy and feel the pain of a 3-year-old crying and see that other people are having a bad day and they can help. The young people look up to the older students. There is so much value in having a diverse age group within a building that is lost when you make it all pre-K. I understand that there could be economies of scale, and I appreciate that, but it's not the only consideration. There are other ways that students are affected. And this student population, which has experienced so many hardships having to do with COVID in their school experience already, having another adverse childhood experience, another one of the ACEs we used to talk about and count, doesn't seem fair. If that's what we have to do, That's what we have to do. I appreciate how hard you are all working to come up with solutions, but I want to not ignore the feelings of what's happening.
Thank you, Chris. Dorothy McCauley, followed by Laura